Hi, welcome to Strength Reverse. My name is Amy. Thank you for joining me today. I am doing a VR to Anna Astral Lady Tarot, and this is hashtag cliché tarot reader. And these are a bunch of maybe cliches that are cliche because lots of tarot readers seem to do this. Although I didn't associate a lot of these with tarot per se. It was more like spiritual woo-woo people do this, but I'm going to run through them. And then I saw this originally on Robin's channel. That's Toadstool Tarot. And I'm going to link his video. He added a few more cliches of his own. And then of course I watched my friend Jason at Tarot by the Pines. And I think he added one, which was not on Anna's original list. So I'm going to run through and see if I fall into any of these cliches. I sat down to record this and knocked my coffee over onto the rug. And so I had to first and foremost make myself new coffee. But then I had to go get the little rug doctor rug shampooer so that I could shampoo up the coffee. Good times. Okay, so the first cliche is having more than one version of a deck. Here's the thing. Anna's example was the Rider-Waite. So of course I have the classic Rider-Waite with the ugly ass plaid backs. I do have other versions of Rider-Waite, but I consider them all to be different decks. I don't consider them to be different versions of the same deck, even though the pictures are the same. Maybe the other version I would have would be the Universal Waite, which is the exact same pictures, but the colors are different. And so I don't think it's different versions of the same deck. Here's the Radiant, where's that doing in here? Here's the Radiant Wise Spirit. Same pictures, very, very different deck. So yes and no. Here's the holographic one, exact same pictures, different vibe, different deck. So I have more than one Rider-Waite, but I consider them all to be very different decks. Some people get, different, I got the new edition of this deck and that deck. I don't do that at all. So am I a cliche? I don't know. I just think I'm fabulous. We'll call it fabulous. Number 2 is backup decks. Yes, I have one backup deck, and that is for my Grand Dame, as Jason calls it. That is my Robinwood. I have a backup for my Robinwood on accident. So my Robinwood is my first, most beloved treasured deck. I've had it for decades. It's feathery and fluffy, and the one I would say from the burning building. So I have a backup of this deck because I lost a card. One of the cards just went missing. It went on sabbatical and kind of never returned. And then I lost another card because it flew out into the Atlantic Ocean and I watched it sail away. And I was talking to a friend of mine who had a little tarot group, and one of the older women in the tarot group passed away, and her tarot group got a lot of her decks. And so my friend Sally got her Robinwood deck and passed it on to me because she knew that I had lost a couple of cards. So that is really special. I have a backup Robinwood for that reason, but I do not purchase backups of decks. The reason is because I think a deck to me is more than just a Robinwood is not a Robinwood is not a Robinwood. So the deck that is my backup is not my deck. It has a very, very different feeling. And when I incorporated the cards that were missing, it kind of took a while for them to take on the energy of my deck. So I think just because I have a second version of a deck, it's not my deck. Does that make sense? So buying another copy of a deck is not the same. I have a handle tarot that I first saw when I had a reading done for me with that deck, and I just thought it was amazing. And I went out and bought the deck, and it has a completely different feel for me. So to me, just buying another copy of the deck is not the same. Each deck is different, even if it's the same deck. Number 3 is a tarot tattoo. I do not have a tarot tattoo. I'm down to one tattoo, which I will not show you. It's kind of in this area. This area. It's not in any place bad. Anyway, this tattoo, I have probably one more treatment that I need, but it was a moon, and it used to be pretty, and then it faded, and then I didn't want it on my arm because I sort of have good arms, and anyway, would I get a tarot tattoo? I would. I just don't have one specific one calling to me. I do have another tattoo on standby, so whether I get another one or not, we'll see. Number 4, drinking tea. I just drank some tea today, and I am starting to try to read tea leaves, but I'm trying to drink more green tea because, you know, this is supposed to be good for you, and if you're a woman of a certain age like I am, it's supposed to do all sorts of amazing things for you. Of course, the same people who tell you that tell you not to drink caffeine, so what are you going to do? But I'm trying to drink a couple of glasses of green tea every day. I don't love tea. Black tea I don't like at all. Even the smell of it kind of turns my stomach. I've never liked it even since I was a kid. And iced tea looks so delicious, but yeah, so I do drink some teas. I drink some herbal teas, but I love coffee. So cliche, I mean, I read the tea leaves. Number 5 is crystals. And I do have some crystals here. I have one that's way up there that I really like, but this is one that Julie from Peekaboo Rose, it's carnelian, she sent me, and it just feels so good. I do like crystals, but I do not collect them on purpose. I used to because I thought I had to. So back when I was, you know, trying to be Wiccan, I thought I had to, you know, collect crystals, but I don't collect them on purpose, but I do think they're gorgeous. I love looking at them. I think, you know, you could just look at this and find all the little, you know, things that make it special. It's really pretty. But I'm not really super called to crystals, so I don't think I fit that cliche. I do have a large quartz crystal that sometimes I put in a bag with a tarot deck, especially if I'm going other places, so maybe that's cliche-y. Number 6 is tarot books. Okay, yeah, I have some. I don't read all of them cover to cover, especially if it has the glossary of meanings, because to me, that's the cure for insomnia, and I like what's before the glossary of meanings and what's after, but I will go, if I'm looking up 3 of Pentacles or something, then I'll look that up in the book. I don't tend to read it cover to cover. So I use that as needed. But a lot of books just start out with it's the history. It's, you know, it's divided into the major and the minor. You know, I want to skip all that. So, yeah. Do I have a bunch of tarot books? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? They're books, and it's about something I like. Number 7 is a tarot journal. I have 3 tarot journals currently. One is sort of a daily card of the day, and one is just studying. If I get something off of a video, or I'm doing something online, a course, or reading an article, I'll take notes. And then one is kind of my personal tarot glossary, my personal tarot lexicon. So tarot journals, cliche, yes, I have them. Number 8 is shuffling. I like to shuffle? Well, I like to play with the cards. So I like to sort them, especially. I like to reset the deck. I like to just look at the pictures. I don't know if I'd much rather do that stuff than kind of sit around and shuffle, but it's not that I love it. It's just that it feels natural. So shuffle, yes, pro. Overhand. Fairy lights. Why wouldn't you have a fairy light? That's my question. Candles. I mean, come on. There are whole stores that just sell nothing but candles. So I don't think that's a tarot thing. I think it's just people like candles. People are really obsessed with fire, aren't they? It's just, I mean, come on. You gotta love a candle. And I think once you light a candle, especially that's just habitual. I walk in here and the first thing I do is light a candle. It just kind of puts you in that headspace. Number 11 is, do you have a designated tarot space or a table? I have both. You're in it. I do have a nice wooden table in this room, and it's probably the place in my home that I least am likely to read tarot cards. If I'm by myself, I'm sitting here on the floor reading cards on my shaggy rug here. Or maybe I'm in my living room and I put them on the coffee table, or I might be outside on my porch and I put them on the table out there. So I do have a dedicated space, and once in a while I will sit at the table, but yeah, I mean, for sure, if I had someone over and I was reading for them, we'd sit at the table and do a proper, you know, light a candle, light some incense, etc. Jason, I think, added tarot bags and tarot cloths. Yes, I'm a tarot bag. So not so much tarot cloths, but I have a bunch of bags. I made this. I went, you know, I've gone through cycles where I'm super into sewing. It even is lined with shiny material. So this is a favorite of mine. It's green and it's kind of faded, so it looks purple on camera, but it's like an emerald green. I have random bags that I've gotten like at the Dollar Tree, and I do leave them outside and smudge the crap out of them. This is a nice silk one that's, you know, kind of lined that I've made, which is a favorite to travel with. I have this bag that has my Golden Girls Tarot in it. So the bags that I have usually are just random bags. Maybe I think a little cosmetic bag is really pretty and I'm not going to put cosmetics in it, so I just use it for tarot. I haven't bought any proper tarot bags. I just kind of use shiny things that I have. If it's a bag and it's shiny or pretty or whatever, then I was like, ooh, I can put tarot in that, and it's kind of an excuse to buy the bag. I only have one tarot cloth. It is a velvet placemat that I got at a garage sale. You can tell I've had probably coffee sitting on it, but I bring this usually to read on if I'm out somewhere, if I'm at a coffee shop or something. I just can't bear to put my cards directly on the table, so they're going to have to go on this. And your spread, sorry, can't be any bigger than my tarot cloth. But that's it. I don't use them at home. And then I saw Robin at Toadstool Tarot. Of course, I will link Jason and Robin, but he added a couple. One was incense. My incense is right here, about to catch on fire. I like Nag Champa. That is my favorite, just the blue box. It's kind of the gold standard, and I love the smell of it. The smell of it just kind of puts me into a certain space. But the candle also is a yummy smell. I do have sage, and I also have sage spray. So I do have a bunch of aura cleansing, you know, smoky stuff. An altar. Well, I call this my altar, although it's not really an altar. It's just where I have pictures of grandparents and important people to me, and I light a candle and maybe put a crystal or maybe put a penny that I find. and kind of, you know, have a moment. And so I call that my altar, but I'm not Wiccan, and so I don't celebrate on purpose different Sabbats and whatnot. But I do kind of find this to be, we'll call it a sacred space. Gods and goddesses, check. Now, I do have guides that I work with, so I guess I am cliche in that way, but I don't seek out gods and goddesses that are not kind of part of my committee. I have a, I don't know if you can see up here, a little Sekhmet who is special to me. And a cat. Now, I am a cat person, but I don't have a cat anymore. Sometimes I feel like I want a cat, and then I go to Michael's house and my black shirt is covered in cat hair, and I had to like yell at his cat because it was about to scratch the furniture, and then that spot where the cat lies on the couch is like covered in hair, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll live vicariously through him. Okay, so I don't have a cat right now, but I do like cats. I really do. And I'm going to add one. I'm going to add one thing, one tarot cliche. And that is, do you have a tarot deck in your purse? I do. Where did it go? It was in this bag. I think I have another one in my purse right now. It's called my purse deck. And it's just one that goes all over town with me. Maybe you have one in your man bag or your backpack, or maybe you keep a deck in your car. Do you have a travel deck that just goes everywhere with you? I think that's a cliche, but anyway, I don't think these cliches are bad. I just think we all have some things in common that we think are normal that other people might not think are normal. Although everyone loves a twinkle light, come on. Okay, you guys, make sure to check out Robin at Toadstool Tarot and his VR, Anna's original video. I will link all those. And then Jason's video at Tarot by the Pines. Make sure you like or subscribe, and I will see you next time.